inspire you and give you some information that's going to last you for a lifetime. By a show of hands, how many people came with their mind made up that you are going to be successful by any means necessary? That's all of you. That's a wonderful thing. There's a quote that says, if you believe it, you can receive it, and if you can receive it, it's yours. It's yours. So it starts with a determination that simply says, I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it. As I was preparing for this moment that you and I share, I was giving some thought to my high school career as well as my college career. My high school career started off with the high school that I attended putting me out of high school due to what I call my player behavior on my part. It was all on me. And thereafter, they put me out of school. Of course, my grandparents and my mother said to me, you're going to have to go get a job. My grandfather said to me, looked me in the face and said, you have 2 weeks to do it. 2 weeks, get yourself a job, since you don't want to go to school. As I was progressing through that stage in my life, a light came over me, which simply just said, there is more to you than what you see. And as I engaged that light, it also said to me, you deserve more than what you see. So I enter into the job market and I'm making about $3.35 an hour, which took me 40 hours to gain $100. Somewhere in that process, without me even asking my grandmother, she decided to take me back to the same school. And this is after being removed for 6 straight months. Took me back and said unto them, you need to put him back in school. And I remember the principal sitting in front of me and saying, why should I let you back in here? Why should I let you back in here? And I told him, I said, well, because my education is important to me. And I think that if I'm given an opportunity, I will make the best of it. So they let me back in. And they let me back in on a trial basis. 3 months, which means that if I slipped on a banana peel, you was going to be out of here again. You was going to be out of here. So through that process, I get back into school. I'm excited. And I've experienced something out in the work world that said, you need more. You need more. You deserve more. And so through the process, I'm going through the process, and I discovered that I could earn my diploma by attending school not just 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, but also on a Saturday. And I went to summer school, and I did this for 2 years straight, which put me in a position to graduate from high school in the 11th grade rather than the 12th grade. And nobody in my family has ever done that. Ultimately, once I graduated from high school, because I did get my high school diploma, and I felt some kind of way about that. And from that day on, I entered into a community college with an inspired hope of launching my own company. And I mean a deep inspired hope of launching my own company. So I go forward for 2 straight years in the community college. Thereafter that, I transferred to a 4-year university, Morgan State University. And through that process, I decided that I was going to change my major with an inspired hope of launching a TV and radio career, and launching it in such a way where I could be on TV and I could be on radio and I could be talking about, the various things that go on in our community every day. Thereafter that, I contacted Radio 1 through my aunt, who had a high level of influence over my life. I contacted Radio 1 because they had a position as a board operator, because my aunt told me, she said, you're going to need something more than just book knowledge. You're going to need some hands-on experience with this. So when she told me that, I contacted Radio 1. Radio 1, in return, invited me in for an interview. I go, I'm successful with the interview. The same day, they called and offered me the position. So now I have study time and I have work time. And it's all centered around what I desire, which is to have my own radio and talk show and be on TV and spreading the news and all of that good stuff, right? And so the same gentleman who hired me 2 weeks into the position, he says to me, Leroy, I'm gonna have to let you go. 2 weeks in the position, so in other words, I got fired. So the excitement that I had went from here down to here. It completely fell on the floor with that. And I'm looking, trying to decide which way am I going to go with this. I just got here. Did I do something wrong? And he looked me in my face. He said, the reason why I'm letting you go because you have a ministry and you don't need to be here. The unfortunate thing about that is that I'm about 19 and I don't have a clue what you're talking about. And I'm of the mindset that if you're going to speak something into my life, at least help me define it. Because that's going to help me in that. I later discovered through my mother, having conversation with my mother, that my grandparents were talking the exact same thing. He has a ministry in him, so you need to be careful with him and all of that stuff. But they never said it to me, but it was an adult conversation. Because back then, you're a child, you stand in a child's place and all of that good stuff. And so as I'm moving forward with that, I'm walking over to my aunt's job because she's the one who really pointed me in that direction to go with. Because as I said, she has this influence over me. So she points me in the direction, so I'm walking over to her job, I feel defeated and I don't know which way to go. I feel like everything that I had just left the room and all of that good stuff. And I needed some encouragement, some inspiration. And she was there to give it to me. But then at the same time, thereafter, she hugged me up and she said, go on out there and try it again. So here I am out there trying it again. And through that experience right there, it led me to going back to Morgan State for the final semester and changing my major back to a business administration, which was what my intentions were from the very beginning. So here now, I'm in a meeting with some partners. I have my own company, the Life Enhancement Consulting Group, Life Enhancement Coaching Institute. I'm doing some great things. I'm the author of my very first book in that called The Power of Business Credit, in that where it teaches entrepreneurs, emerging and seasoned entrepreneurs how to start a business using their EIN number and not their social security number with that, right? So I have these opportunities and these things working in my favor now. And so I'm in the meeting with some partners and he said, Leroy, you have this radio voice. You need to host your own radio and talk show. And so here what I found in that was that the same thing had came back around to me a second, a third, and a fourth time is what I found in that conversation through somebody else, because I wasn't no longer even thinking about that anymore. That dream had left me. At least that's what I thought, until it came back around to me the second and the third time. And so with that, what I want to share with you is that people, places, and things have a tendency of coming back around to you 2 or 3 or 4 times. And whenever something comes back around to you 2 or 3 or 4 times, you are in your rightful place to ask, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? For some of you, I'm sure that higher education has been something that has come around to you 2 or 3 or 4 times. 2 or 3 or 4 times it has come around to you. And if it's not education, it is something else that has come around to you 2 or 3 or 4 times. And now I have to make a decision with it now. And quality decisions lead to permanent change. Quality decisions lead to permanent change. So the decision that you made to come here today allows me to believe that you have considered that the number one investment is you. The best investment that you can ever make is within you. The second one is within other people. Because you're going to need some, as the young people would say, some ride-alongs, a support system with this, right, as you move forward. Because none of us can do it all by ourselves. You can forget about that. We may try, and I'm not trying to say that you need not be independent of you, but at the same time, I'm saying keep your options open. Keep your options open for people to come in and sow into your life. Because it's important. Because it's important. And you don't want to be a standalone. You want to be a person that is open to opportunities. Because standalone type of people, I can tell you right now, they don't get very far. Because as my grandmother used to say, 2 eyes will always be better than one. And the eye that's closed does not mean that they're asleep. Does not mean that they're asleep. So give yourselves the opportunity to embrace your high market skill set. And your high market skill set is that thing that you do none like no other. It's that thing that you do. You don't have to wake up to think about it. You just step right into it and you just do it because it comes natural to you. So it's very relatable to your passion. And you can find your passion right here at Strayer University. You can find it. And in some cases, when you find your passion, you no longer need inspiration. You just need information. Give me information and I create my own inspiration if you give me the information. Because I'm about the business of empowering, not just myself, but I'm about the business of empowering other people. And that's one of the reasons why I came back to Strayer today to do that, to empower you to go forward and to have you to see that all things are possible with my experience. Because if it wasn't for my grandmother, she's gone on to be with the Lord now, but if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I'd be. Because I never asked her to take me back to school. This was something that she initially did. So somewhere along the line, she seen something. God allowed her to see something. And she took me back, and I've been forever grateful ever since. Because they said to me, hey, you get a good education, you get a good job, you make good money. But at the same time, I've also found that that's not altogether true. Because you can have good education and go apply for a job, and they tell you you have too much experience, or you don't have enough experience. Right? I've been on that end. When they said you got too much experience or you don't have enough, then I go get the experience. They say, oh no, you got too much, but you told me to go. I'm standing there looking like, well, what can you please make up your mind concerning me? So now I'm in a situation now where I really don't know what to do because you have sent me mixed signs. You mixed me up, you know. And so now I have to be about the business of not just hearing what you say, but I have to hear what I'm saying internally, because what I say at the end of the day determines my excitement. It determines my happiness. What I say is not so much, you know, what people say and all that type of thing. In fact, you know, for me, I've come to the place where I've decided to divorce myself from the opinions of people. And I walk with people who have my answer, not my problem, and I encourage you to do the same thing. And some of those problems I know what they are because I helped create them, but I can own mine. The question is, can they own theirs? So walk with people who have your answer, not your problem. Because your success is not predicated on what someone else thinks. It's not. Your success is as it relates to the decision that you make. And quality decisions lead to permanent change. So, right quickly, I want to give you three takeaways. Three takeaways that I want to give you as you go through your journey here at Strayer University. Okay, 3 takeaways. And the first one is, your future is in your hand. Your future is in your hand. Your future is right now. Your future is in your hand. And you should never allow nobody to dictate where you're going. Because skies is the limit. Because I could have let my unfair behavior when I was in high school to dictate my future. Because if you're going to live in your future, it may as well be one that you want. If you're going to live in your future, it may as well be one that you like. Because at the end of the day, the only happiness that's yours is the one that you control. Okay? And the next one is, never allow a person, place, or thing to put a period behind your name. A comma, yes. A period, no. And you and I both know that a comma indicates a pause. And anytime I hit a pause, that gives me an opportunity to reposition myself, to rethink some things. And the third one is, as long as you have an answer, you'll have possibilities. I have 2 daughters, one 26 and one 27 at the present time.
And my youngest daughter, when she's 21, she works for T-Rowe Price. And she came to me, she said, Dad, I think I'm going to quit because they're always asking me to do something extra. And I said to her, I said, no. I said, no, you don't need to quit. Because as long as you have an answer, you got a job.
That's right.
The moment you stop having an answer, you won't have no job. It's really that you're going to get back home. Of course, I didn't say that part, Joe, but I really don't want that. Second, the third one is if you're going to live in your future, it may as well be one that you plan. Did you have that one? Okay. And it's the end. That's that. Don't let it. I'm sorry. Don't allow anybody to put a period behind your name. A comma? Yes. The comma indicates a pause. So now we're talking about writing now. It indicates a pause. Because some people, places, and things will attempt to try to put a period behind your name and tell you what you can't do. But I believe in you, and you should believe in you, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. So do not, throughout your journey, allow a person, place, or place to put a period behind your name. Don't do that. Don't do that, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to live with it but you. And that says it relates to family as well.
That's right. The main ones.
Yeah, this is exactly right. This is exactly right. They're the main ones. So as long as you keep that in mind, that I can work through a comma, because it's giving me another opportunity to do something else. It's giving me an opportunity to think. You know? And it should never be a thing where if someone says, what direction are you going in? Where are you going? You shouldn't be able to tell them where you're going. Because you have not allowed them to put a period on it. It's a comma. I can work through a comma. We can talk about that. But you ain't just going to stop because it's not in my cards. I expect more from me, and guess what? You expect more from you as well. Okay?
All right.
So once again, my name is Leroy Allen, and president of the Life Enhancement Consulting Group and Life Enhancement Coaching Institute, which is a online school that gives persons an opportunity from around the world to become certified as a life coach, executive leadership coach. We have a relationship coach and a spiritual coach in there. We also teach public speaking. The consulting side of the business aligns us with small, medium, and large companies and universities, where we go in and we teach leadership and management skills, sales, customer service, and team building. And like I said, we also teach entrepreneurs how to obtain business credit for their business.
Do you have your
Any
cards,
questions?
Mr. Allen?
I'm sorry.
Do you have your cards?
I do. I most certainly do.
Okay.
I also have 2 books as well.
Okay.
You had a question?
Mr. Allen, as someone who's trying to do the same thing in this area, for equal housing and development, what would you say would be the biggest thing for a person who's going for NEA to try to focus on?
If someone was, I need to gauge you on.
Sure. So what I'm accomplishing, the reason I'm going back to school.
Okay, congratulations.
The reason I'm going back to school is because I want to develop a business that help low-income communities look at things in a better way of doing this and going and stay in the same mind frame.
Okay.
Bad credit,
Okay.
criminality, and things of that nature.
Okay.
I've realized within the school system and with special education students that you have to work on the transfer before you can help yourself.
Yes, I would so agree with that.
So I want to develop a center that can educate people who are trying to do better for their children.
Okay, okay. And you're asking where's the place that you need to focus on that?
Like a good start.
A good start. I would say accumulate as much information as you need. Because you always start with information. Information leads to power. And then you have to be able to align yourself with people who have answers that are relevant to where you're trying to go. Because it's never going to be about what you do. You don't have to adjust it somewhere. And as I said up there, whether it's you or myself, we can't do it all by ourselves. So the little things that you get made much, the little things, whether it's business cards, whether it's creating a vision board for yourself, whether it's creating a website for yourself, all of those things need something. So to start, why don't we just begin to document where it is we're trying to go? So so that in return it leads to other things. Because it all starts with our mindset. It's how we think about where we're trying to go, right? And if we can adjust our thought process to where we're trying to go, anything that we set our mind to, you can have that. You can have that. Does that help you?
Because I already started, I already developed a plan.
Okay.
I switched careers because I work for a state farm agent and I do the financial and I hold seminars for free for clients already. So I'm trying to get to the next step.
The next step.
Okay.
The next step. So do you have a website?
Since I work for somebody, I can't have a website.
Okay, you can't have a website, so that's on the, do you have a vision board?
Yes.
Okay, you have that. Do you have business cards?
Yes.
Are you registered as an LLC?
That I am not.
Okay. That's where the place that you want to start. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to add to you that here at the school, we have in the past given entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneur seminar here. They had it here just maybe a month or two ago, where we actually just had an open session where you all were able to ask us. I was a panel, one of the panel, and I just, panelist, I'm sorry, thank you. And we actually went head in with you to let you know what steps you need to take in order to start a small business. And also the classes that you take here will prepare you to have your own business. So that's part of the structuring that they already have here within the school. So any of you, how many of you all want your own business?
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is the grounds of it. So most of you all, I don't know if you all have taken classes here, but Business 100, all of those things, all of the classes here will teach you how to have your own business. But we, with the dean permission, she'll have seminars and things moving forward so that you all can explore that more.
Okay. Any other questions, anything?
Yeah, how much does your class cost to be a,
Certified life coach? $600.
and you have to pay for that online?
Well, you can pay for it online or whichever way you want to do it. Yep. But I do. Okay. In fact, this is one of our instructors here of our life enhancement coaching institute, Mr. Thomas. Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry, you had a question? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, ma'am, we can't hear you.
My name is Mark. I'm here in Youngville. All this is interested. I've been a teacher, but I'm interested in public speaking, like motivational.
Okay. 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 Can we talk after class? Because I'm going to hang around a little bit. Is that okay? So that way I can give you some information. Is that okay? Because I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Right. Okay. All right, so going forward, thank you, Mr.
And thank you for having me.